Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the Miami Heat. For Miami, this is a team they knocked out in the first round in last year's playoffs, so they'd better be ready. Some extra motivation on this one. And how about Dwayne Wade? Come on. Shaq, we're talking about an all-time great at the shooting guard position. Do you think he's gotten all the credit he deserves?
You know, even after all the rings, I think people still sleep on D. Wade.
I got you.
At his peak, as dominant as any two-guard we've seen, aside from the great Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I would agree. He's a top 5 two-guard of all time. Injuries have slowed him down. But despite that, he's had a – wake up, Shaq!
Uh-huh.
He's had an incredible career. And you nicknamed him Flash, didn't you?
I did.
No doubt. And you went to sleep.
That's when you weren't enduring sleep apnea, apparently. Hey, sleep apnea.
Wake up.
Yeah, we're on the air.
Oh, sorry.
Toss
Back
it to
you, Kevin.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We're live, the home of the Chicago Bulls, the United Center. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Looking at Chicago, they took the win in their last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. And they put it all together in that game. It added up to a phenomenal win.
I mean, they were so impressive offensively. And when you do that, that can really help you on the road.
It's one thing to play inspired defense in that situation. But to get in that kind of offensive rhythm away from home, phenomenal.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Miami Heat has established that high standard for fitness. Even Eric Spoelstra has gotten into it in his late 40s. The Heat coach says when he's working out, I'm in a different place. With physical, emotional, and mental benefits, I'm hooked. Kevin?
As hard as he works, great that he takes care of himself, too. DA, thank you. Tonight, Smitty, two teams, same conference, rivalry game. Tensions could be hot.
First of all, Kevin, I'm fired up. The fans are going to be fired up. The players. This is not one of those normal games. The tensions are going to be high. I think this one's going to be very physical. Let's get a nice clean game, huh?
And the Bulls start out with the ball. So the opening lineup for the Heat, Richardson is out there with Oladipo. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Whiteside. And it's Adebayo in at the 4. Now Oladipo following Durant's three-point attempt. Markkanen against Oladipo. Stolen by Markkanen. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Dunn's running. Got it. Good job in the low post. Dunn's got the game going here with the first basket for the Bulls.
This is a common scenario for Chris Dunn. Pushing the action, drawing contact, making a play.
And George kicks to Oladipo. Pass to Richardson. Just 5 to shoot. Fader on the way. Bucket is good.
And I'm not really sure that's the time for the fadeaway, but he sure can make it count.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Outside Durant. Lets the 3 fly. And Oladipo pulls it down. Richardson with it. Now guarded by Dunn. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And Josh Richardson at the University of Tennessee was a pre-med student, plans on becoming a surgeon. But when the NBA became a possibility, he said he had to switch to an easier major.
And instead of spending 4 hours a day studying, he put that time into the gym. A terrific defender in college, was the two-time All-SEC defensive player. And with the newfound focus on basketball, he has blossomed as a scorer.
That's good from Richardson. Both good from the line that time. Well, it seems the Heat's identity is always built, Steve, on defense.
Physical and nastiness, part of the system, part of the culture in Miami.
Now, here's Markkanen, coming off a stellar performance against New Orleans. And stolen by Whiteside. Richardson against Levine. On its way from Oladipo for two. Chicago grabs the miss.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Pass it to Dunn. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant.
Great defense, great contest. You have to live with the results because Chris Dunn's a crafty scorer inside.
Now, here's Richardson. Really played well against Brooklyn in his last outing. In the corner, George with it. Durant with the steal. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's George. Off the left rim and out.
And this is a guy that can get you stops. Aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting the mid-range jumper as well.
Now here's Levine. Kicks to Dunn. 6 on the shot clock. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Drawing fouls, something Chris Dunn did a great job of in college. Nice to see him doing it at the pro level.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
A 78% foul shooter a season ago. Pretty steady when he's at the line.
And he makes the first.
The winners of 6 championship titles, the Chicago Bulls, all in the 1990s, and all with Jordan and Pippen.
And he makes both free throws. Well, the Bulls rebuilt their team a couple times, but then things would unravel.
Yeah, you had the Derrick Rose years. He won league MVP playing for the Bulls. Then you had Jimmy Butler. He gets traded. They continue to search for that championship formula once again.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Oladipo with the ball. Guarded now by Durant. Oladipo finds Whiteside. Here's George. Shot clock at 5. To the right side. They get a hand on it. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And Levine with the slam.
The creativity, extreme athleticism. You see why Zach's won the dunk contest multiple times.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Hammock, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Now, here's Richardson. Oladipo outside. Kicks it out to Richardson. 4 on the clock. Miami needs to get a shot off. A nice shot by George.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the 3 at a ridiculous rate.
And it's Carter missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Durant against George. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. Coming off a terrific season. 8th in scoring, 12th in three-point field goal percentage, and he ended up in the top 15 in steals as well. Some of the quickest hands in the league.
And back to his points per game average last year, he literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. Carter kicks to Levine. Dunn outside. He's looking for Levine and finds him, and it doesn't even draw iron.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
He's just one of those guys who just knows how to generate offense regardless of the situation.
Now, here's Dunn. 11 points for him in that last game against New Orleans. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul. Here's Durant. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. They get Hassan Whiteside.
You know, he's still slender, but KD's gotten a lot stronger. You have to wrap him up early. You can't let him get the shot off.
Smitty, in the early part of the schedule, teams with good continuity tend to have an edge. Some teams can't form any continuity at any time, early or late in the season.
We love those teams, and sometimes we evaluate too much by talent. And yes, talent can take you over the hump and get you a championship or get you into the playoffs. But when you have that team that's been together, when there's 80-90% of the guys returning, you know this team can get off to a good start. And then also, they usually can sustain throughout the entire year.
Levine against Richardson. Levine kicks to Dunn. Carter outside. It's stolen by Oladipo. The pass to Richardson. Durant against George. Inside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Well, Steve Bam Adebayo out of Kentucky adapting quickly to the NBA game.
He's been a sponge, Kevin. Plays the game with an infectious energy. He's a keeper.
It's his first trip to the line.
Two shots.
First free throw is good. So both teams making some changes here. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Well, Erik Spoelstra working his way up through the Heat organization, and I hear eventually interested in moving into the front office someday.
And I would say it will be with the Miami Heat, a very loyal, close-knit organization. His dedication and commitment, second to none.
Now, here's Richardson. And it's Melton with the rebound. Outside Durant, launches it, buries it from three-point range. Durant's got 6.
And no doubt both teams competing at a high level, but the consistency has been lacking here. Another lead change.
I like to fight in these clubs. Neither side willing to give an inch. We'll see how it turns out.
And here's Richardson following the 3 from Kevin Durant. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Buries it down low.
Knows where everybody is. If there's an open man, Durant's going to find him.
Oladipo outside. Nurkic the pass to George. And then George with the jam.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim rack.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
It looks like a toy hoop for him. KD throws down with ease.
Oladipo finds Richardson. Pass to Adebayo. From 11 feet away. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Well, it was Miami winning their last game against the Nets in Brooklyn. Tipped away. Oladipo, left side.
Oh! Terrific. And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Pass to Durant. He kicks to Valentine. Back to Durant. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
He covers so much ground with every stride. Hard to get into position against KD.
For Chicago, they have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And up around 82% as a team a season ago. So they know how to make the most of those opportunities.
The free throw drops for Durant. Well, Heat fans, not the league's loudest, but they do show up.
They sell out the arena every night. They love their team, and it's a great place to play.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Whiteside's checked in for Nurkic. Winslow comes in for Bam Adebayo. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Richardson. Durant nails both of them. Some guys are leaders from day one, but there are some guys it takes a while, Steve, to grow into that role. I'm sure you've seen him.
Yeah, I love Victor Oladipo. I think he took on that role. Also, Kyle Lowry's done a nice job. Al Horford is becoming more of a vocal leader. He's kind of a quiet leader. A lot of those guys, you can see their personalities just changed from when they started into this league, and year by year they've gotten better.
You know, these are the guys you need to be aware of if you don't want your pocket picked. Here are last season's steals leaders. Second is Chris Dunn. Third is Victor Oladipo.
And with all the steals these two came away with, they probably put a thought in the back of every opponent's head, and it wasn't a very good thought.
Now, here's Oladipo. Another guy who really kicked it up a notch for them in that game against the Nets. Passes it to Whiteside. Outside, George. 16 feet away. They get it back. It's deflected, and that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Here's George. 26 points for him last game against the Nets in Brooklyn. Over Durant. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. And the pass to Melton. Hammonds kicks to Valentine. Now Durant. Off target with his 3. Wade with it. Winslow, the pass to Wade. And stolen by Valentine. And here they come. Count that bucket. And the Bulls lead by 5. And so it's Wade. He'll bring it up for Miami. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
Yeah, some history here, though. Of course, they won that first-round series in last year's playoffs and ended up sending them packing.
Now, here's Oladipo. Goes back up. Whiteside now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Good effort and energy by Whiteside. That time taking advantage of his size and strength.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Steve, Hassan Whiteside, a fearsome finisher inside with his length. Talk about his offensive game for us.
Well, he's starting to develop a pretty good touch out to mid-range. He has soft hands, a little floater in there. Still, it's his dunking and finishing that keeps him in the highlight reels.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Nurkic checked in for Whiteside. Bam Adebayo comes in for George. And King subbed in for Victor Oladipo.
And the story here, Kevin, early on, the basketball.
Yes, that goes in.
Nice read by Dwayne Wade. Beautiful.
Pass to Valentine. Bulls moving the ball around. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. Levine against King. 6 to shoot. From outside the arc. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
The Heat trail by 7. Here's Wade. Shoots over Markkanen. Wade misses.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
What I like is when Chris Dunn keeps his poise, keeps his eyes up, good things happen.
Bulls shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. And that one misses. The Heat trail by 9. King outside. Dishes it to Wade. Down against King. To the middle. Ball stolen. High post shot. That shot misses. The Heat go the other way with it. 58 seconds left in the first. To the paint. Here's Wade. The shot, no good. Nice D from Levine. Down against King. The baseline jam. And it's King with the rebound.
One could argue that's a good shot, but maybe not the right shooter to take it.
Here's Wade. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Right spot, wrong time. When the defense collapses on you, kick it out.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Levine against King. Now here's Levine. He definitely had a good game in their win against the Pelicans. Rocket 2.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting. Do they start to coast, or do they go right for the juggler?
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Chicago. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me in my darkest days. I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine. So.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And the Bulls guys have been rolling right along, haven't they?
Aggressive defense in that first period. They forced several miscues.
These guys have quick hands. You have to protect the ball around all of them.
We've got Valentine, and it's Hammonds in at center, locking down the middle. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Guys, Hassan Whiteside continues to develop. Now, Miami coach Eric Spoelstra said it's got nothing to do with his stats. He's going to do that no matter what. It's about making winning plays and caring more about his teammates than he cares about himself. Now he can lead in a different way because he has the respect of the locker room. Kevin?
Terrific, D.A. Thank you. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut to just 9 on the basket from Nurkic.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Kicks to Valentine. That one's not going to go. And Miami the other way now. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Yeah, tough place to play on the road, and you just saw how comfortable they were shooting the basketball.
Well, we have to give credit to the coaching staff. Terrific offensive strategy. Got them some great looks.
That's good. Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Well, Smitty, Dwayne Wade back for another season in a Miami Heat uniform.
Great to see a legend and a future Hall of Famer still putting in work. The most important player in franchise history. He belongs, Kevin, in a Heat uniform.
One shot.
Wade, no good on the free throw. And sometimes innovations can bring you back to where you started, Steve. Could we see that with post play in the future?
You know, I don't know if it'll be a lot of post play from dominant bigs. I think the post play will come back a little bit more in the form of a lot of these smaller guards are posting up a little bit more than they did, I would say, in the last 5 or 6 years.
That's good from Holiday. Justin Holiday, the older brother of Drew Holiday, stints in the G League and abroad, but Greg, he has solidified himself as an NBA player.
Yeah, standing at 6'7" with that 7-foot wingspan. Every team in the league wants long, versatile wings with shooting, and this young man fits the bill.
Both free throws good from Holiday.
And this is what we've come to expect from him. This type of consistency from the line.
King outside. Here's Nurkic. Basket good. Nurkic has got his third basket of the night right there.
Strong move at the rim. Overpowers the smaller defender.
The kick out to Holiday. Trains it from 9 feet away. Holiday's got 6 here in this quarter. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. King, the pass to Wade. Nurkic in the post. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And we have to mention his rebound. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Pass to Valentine. Just 5 on the clock. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. With a break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year. In fourth, the Heat.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Here's Adebayo. Drops in the layup for 2. Adebayo's got 6.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Outside Holiday. Here's Melton. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. The Heat trail by 7. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Holiday against King. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. And where the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for Miami.
And clearly, this is a squad that makes its living in the paint. Very few teams are as determined to get the ball inside as much as they are. They aren't going to settle for jump shots. They're going to continue to pound it down low.
Passes it to Melton. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That is his first foul of the game. Now, here's Valentine. Covered by Winslow. 5 to shoot. On the top of the key. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Valentine. Some last season stats for him. Averaged 7 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles, carry them out without complaint. Everything he does is for the team.
Timeout called, the Heat.
Yeah, I mean, just wants to make sure everybody's on the same page here going forward.
You know, sometimes the best way to approach it, let your guys know what they're doing well and give them 1 or 2 things that they could have done better.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Whiteside's checked in for Adebayo. Paul George comes in for Winslow. Richardson, he's checked in for King. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Dwayne Wade.
Yes, smart choice. I really like that play.
Levine gets to Durant. Carter dishes it to Durant. And the Bulls with another miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Richardson.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Now the pass to Durant. Excellent D there from George.
Just hasn't had it tonight, but his teammates are picking up the slack.
To the middle, here's Whiteside, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
So many of Whiteside's points, they come on dunks.
For Chicago, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Back to Dunn. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Nice interior passing, and then the strong finish.
The Heat trail by 3. Oladipo finds Nurkic. Outside, George. Pass to Whiteside. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. They've led by as many as 11 points. Markkanen against Whiteside. Markkanen passes to Durant. Excellent D there from George. And Miami shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. Here's Richardson. They grab their own miss. They now take the lead. Whiteside's got 6 in the quarter.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Levine kicks to Markkanen. Pass to Carter. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Levine wide open. And the shot is long. The Heat with the lead. It's George on the wing, defended by Durant. From 17 feet out, and the shot goes down. 9 points for Paul George.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And what a story for Hassan Whiteside. A second-round pick back in 2011. He's bounced around. I mean, the G League, China. He even played over in Lebanon.
It wasn't until 2015 that he emerged seemingly out of nowhere as a factor for the Miami Heat.
Here's Levine. Excellent D there from George.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Feeds to Markkanen, and stolen by Whiteside. Richardson dishes to Oladipo. Back to Richardson. And so Miami again turning it over. And Whiteside in 2016 receiving a 4-year max contract, Greg, from the Heat.
Amazing how far he's come. Set the franchise record for most blocks in a game. And pretty impressive when you think of the big men who've played for the Heat. We're talking Lonzo Mourning and Shaquille O'Neal, no less.
Markkanen passes to Durant. Trying to get something going, and he lays it up and in. Durant's got 12 points in the game.
We start to talk about all the things Durant can do, but scoring still what he does best. What a night.
Down again, Oladipo. Back to Whiteside. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Whiteside's got the lead up to 3 now for the Heat.
You like the aggressiveness, pushing all the right buttons. He has this team rolling.
Dunn kicks to Markkanen. Dunn attacking. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Well, Steve, when it comes down to how this country is developing young players at the amateur level, do you feel winning is overemphasized in relation to individual skill development?
Yeah, I mean, great question, Kevin. I think in youth basketball right now, youth sports, I think so much now is individually rating individual players that are playing a team sports. I want to see more of rating the team. And I think also guys getting a chance to understand winning is important. A lot of these tournaments, you play 3 or 4 games a day, and it's not so much about winning. I think it has to come down to win or go home. I love that for youth basketball. And then I also love that you're just getting better. And I would love for some of these youth coaches to move these players around. There's a player right now that might be playing the center spot, but let him try to play the guard spot. I think you got to find a way to do that and talk about winning as a team versus individuals.
Smart stuff. The Heat shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in. Oladipo right side. Pass to Adebayo. Richardson with it. Now defended by Markkanen. Offensive rebound. Right side. And he can't jam it through.
And, you know, you can see in his eyes, he knows that is not a dunk he should have missed.
Markkanen kicks to Levine. Done outside. Back to Levine from outside the arc. Sinks the three-pointer. Levine's got 8 points.
Great play to run for Zach. Off ball, he's quick to catch and elevate.
Richardson the pass to Adebayo. Now, here's Whiteside, defended by Durant. Whiteside, good.
His temperature is rising. I mean, it is rising.
Chicago calls timeout.
And Paul George, a terrific two-way player, an all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Hassan Whiteside.
Great showing for him last season. 5th in rebounding, 5th in field goal percentage, and he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And he's so physical, so explosive. You really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he was a top 5 rebounder a season ago. And the foul on Josh Richardson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And Paul George has made it a goal to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, he's got tremendous length and quickness, but really his pride at that end of the floor might matter even more. He just takes great pride in being a complete player.
The pass to Markkanen. Here's Carter. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Dunn's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And you have to like the location of this pass. Gives it to him where he can do something with it.
George finds Oladipo. Lob pass to George. Durant with the steal. Here's Dunn. And it's Miami with the rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 5 here tonight. George against Durant. Miami again turning it over. With the break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounders. Number 5 is Hassan Whiteside.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Well, Chicago has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Carter against Whiteside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. For Chicago, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
Relax on the first.
And that one falls for Carter.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Good on both. 1:36 left to play here in the half. Down against Oladipo. Shot clock at 6. Rebound by the Bulls. Outside Durant. From outside, off the mark.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
And Oladipo kicks to Adebayo. Richardson for 3. And it's Durant with the rebound.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Down low, here's Dunn. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Heat trail by 6.
And this is obviously where you'd like to see a 2-for-1.
End of quarter, great time to squeeze out an extra possession.
And that one's good, George.
Oh, he's heating up here now in the second quarter. Watch out.
Well, Chicago has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Durant, the pass to Carter. Durant against George. Stolen by George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Heat have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
Two shots.
First free throw is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
That's a huge advantage, having a big guy who can shoot free throws like this.
Oladipo against Dunn. He kicks it to Durant. Over George. And Durant gets it to go. Durant's got 4 points in the quarter.
With his size, KD almost unstoppable from mid-range.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Bulls lead by 3. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Zach, a hard-fought first half. What changes have to be made to get a little separation?
They're making tough shots. We're trying to stick to our concept, so we got to come back, make plays, make shots, and, just stay solid.
Always a challenge for a young team. Thanks for your time, Zach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the halftime show on 2K Sports. Chris Dunn led the way in the first half. He had 14 points and 3 assists. He struggled in their last game, but he's not having any problems tonight. Really good first half for him. He was right on the mark. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy, and then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
And over to Shaq. What'd you think about Miami?
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the glass. Several times when momentum was sliding, getting a timely rebound really lifted them. Strong work on the glass is key because that's how you string together a series of big stops.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago, a time-lapse view of all the traffic heading toward downtown. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And you know, Chris Dunn has really been making it happen, guys.
Yeah, he's really been catching the defense off guard so far here in this game, racking up a bunch of trips to the line.
Well, he's one of those guys. When he's being aggressive, officials give him the benefit of the doubt.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for the Heat, they've got Oladipo. Adebayo is out there with Whiteside. Then it's Josh Richardson, and it's George in at the 3 slot. Here's Dunn. Kicks it to Markkanen. 5 on the clock. Pass to Carter. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. For 3, Durant. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 8 rebounds in this game. George against Durant. Left side, George. He dishes it to Whiteside. Stolen by Carter. Durant deciding where to go with it. And if you're just joining us, we've played over a minute here in the third. Carter kicks to Durant. Over George. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
The momentum is building, scoring in a bunch of ways. That's why his number keeps getting called.
Got a piece of it. Oladipo finds Richardson. Launches it. And it's Durant with the rebound. The Bulls leading by 5. Pass to Dunn. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. 16 points for Chris Dunn.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Richardson the pass to Adebayo. Oladipo outside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Kevin Durant.
And you can feel that Oladipo was on the verge of a breakthrough, and boy, did he ever. Everything came together for him, and he is now not only an elite scorer, but an all-star. can attack from any distance and has a variety of ways to hurt the defense.
First one falls for him. And for Oladipo, Greg, there wasn't just one moment that gave him that push.
I mean, his development was less of having a eureka moment and more of everything just coming together. Has always had the strong athleticism, has refined his shot to make the most of it. And while it took him some time, he's now the player everyone hoped he'd be when he was the second overall pick.
The Bulls leading by 5. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Carter outside. And it's done in the corner. Just 5 to shoot. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. LaVine against Richardson. And stolen by Richardson.
And you know what? The double team there, that quick hitter threw him for a loop there and forced the turnover.
It's tipped. Good ball movement here by Miami. George dishes to Whiteside. Clock at 6. Oladipo for 3. Knocks down the 3-ball. Oladipo's got 9.
And he's not going to miss those very often. Even from deep, the D has to close out a little stronger on him.
Dunn kicks to Durant. Over George. Durant, no good. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Miami. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Passes to Whiteside. Oladipo outside. Whiteside up top. It's Oladipo on the wing. Dunn covering. The game now all time. Oladipo's got 7 points for the quarter.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
LaVine kicks to Dunn. The pass to Durant. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Dunn's got 4 assists in the game. Here's Oladipo, 11 points in the game. Outside, George. Pass to Whiteside. LaVine against Oladipo. Just 4 to shoot. And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. And it's the Heat with the ball. A 2-point game.
Just another example of losing concentration. His 4th turnover of the evening. He has to start protecting the ball better.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Kevin, the league has unveiled a 5-point plan to improve player-referee relations. Things became heated last season with a lot of star players ejected for arguing with officials. The emphasis on respect and clear standards of conduct on both sides can only help. Kevin?
Very good point, David. Completely agree. Thanks. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, the defender all over.
The Heat have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
And he makes the first. And a new group in for the Heat. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Whiteside. Winslow comes in for George. King's checked in for Richardson. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Oladipo. so he hits both. Bulls have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Carter, the pass to Melton. Kicks to Holiday. Six to shoot. He can't get that one to fall. Great D that time from Nurkic.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
A nice shot by Winslow.
Making things happen in close. That's where Winslow is most comfortable scoring the basketball.
Pass to Melton. Durant with it. Passes to Melton. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Wade finds Nurkic. Back to Wade. Intercepted. Here's Melton. Wade is covering. That's tipped. Carter, the pass to Melton. It's Durant on the wing. Shot clock at 5. It's good. Durant's got 6 points in the quarter.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Miami's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And there's the pass to Wade. Nurkic trying to get open. It's deflected. Here's Durant. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And it's the Heat with the ball, trailing by 4. And the Heat call time here.
And as of late, they have not looked good at all. Actually, they've been dominated.
And the worst part, they're starting to get down on themselves. Really need that one big play to spark some life back into them.
Different look for Miami. George is checked in for Adebayo. Richardson comes in for King. And it's Oladipo in for Dwayne Wade. Stolen by Carter. Lets it fly from 18. Rebound by the Heat. George has got his 4th rebound in this one. To the paint. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
Justice Winslow has done an excellent job of being unselfish and making the right play.
And that Unleashed Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. And Durant gets double teamed. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You two.
Chicago with the ball. To the wing right side. Holiday with the 3. That one doesn't drop. The Heat go the other way with it. George finds Oladipo. You see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Durant.
And everything he's touched has turned to gold. If you are on defense, you have to make sure all 5 players know exactly where he is at all times. Because if he gets a sliver of a look, he'll get it done.
And he can't get the first one. good on the second free throw. Chicago's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Over to the wing. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Durant.
Man, let's see the stat sheet here on Victor Oladipo. He's coming off an excellent season. 3rd in steals, and he ranked in the top 15 in points per game. One of the league's premier offensive threats.
And he sported some of the quickest hands in the league last year, putting him top 3 in steals. He was consistently all over the basketball. Outside, George. Back to Oladipo. Just 5 to shoot. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Oladipo's got 16 points. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire. Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Back to Richardson. And George kicks to Oladipo. Second chance shot, and Nurkic lays it in. 8 points for him.
Love the extra possessions. Defense has them stopped, but can't control the boards.
And for Jusuf Nurkic, you see the flashes of how dominant he can be in every game.
I mean, the potential is there, and he is working hard to find that consistency. I do believe he's noticeably better when he plays with an edge. He's more in tune with what's going on. You almost want to rile him up or do something to tick him off before every game to get the best out of him.
Pass to Oladipo. Knocked loose. Here's Melton. Nurkic with the block. Out of bounds. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. And some changes here for the Heat. Adebayo is checked in for George. King comes in for Josh Richardson. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Victor Oladipo. Goes up off the inbound. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Dwayne Wade.
To me, Chris Dunn has all the tools to be really good. Has to cut down on the turnovers and has to keep working on that jump shot.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. No good on the second free throw. Miami trailing. And King, here we go. We'd like to take this moment to show you the teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers. Number 1, the Bulls.
Yeah, I mean, the best in the league at forcing those miscues and then capitalizing at the other end. Their defense led to their offense.
And the first one drops. He's perfect from the line this time. The Bulls have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. Here's Markkanen, and Markkanen throws it down.
That's nice patience by Zach LaVine, finding the open man, not trying to do it all himself.
Down against Wade. He kicks to Nurkic. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Nurkic has got it all tied up now for the Heat. Pass to Valentine. Clock at 4 from past the arc. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. 1:04 left to play here in the third. There's Winslow off with the layup.
Can't finish. And defensively, nice job of altering the shot without fouling.
Kicks it to Dunn. Down low. Makes it off the glass. 8 points for him.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Wade feeling it out a bit. Over Dunn. And too long on the shot. Chicago leading. Now Valentine off his leg. And they're saying he kicked the ball. Miami on defense. Passes it to Markkanen. Outside, Levine. Shot clock at 5. It's deflected. And here is King. Got it off in time. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. It's the Bulls. They lead by 2. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. Head coach Erik Spoelstra mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
It's got to be a sense of urgency right now, okay? Any kind of tip out or 50-50 ball, we got to own that. And then we got to communicate. I don't know, but it's got to be a real sense of urgency.
He's begging his guys to be more assertive in all aspects of the game.
And in close games, Coach Spo is solid at knowing how to get his guys to just kick it up a notch.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. We've got Hammonds, and it's Melton in at the 1. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. The pass to Whiteside, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Chicago called for the foul.
You know, fouling Whiteside in there used to be a good strategy. Not anymore. He's improved his free throw shooting quite a bit.
And he knocks down the first one.
Whiteside has to keep working on his free throw shooting. Teams have no problem putting him at the line.
And both free throws good from Whiteside. Pass to Melton. Pass to Hammonds. He's covered by Whiteside. Goes up from the top of the key. And right on target. Good. And the Bulls lead by 4.
And defensively, neither side able to get many stops.
Well, this is when you need them. Late in the game. It's not all about scoring.
And he gets it to go.
That's a great example of the strength of Dwayne Wade. Takes a hit and still finishes the play.
Holiday against King. Here's Valentine. Passes it to Hammonds. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. 6 to shoot. Here's Holiday. And Holiday throws it down.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
That was just a textbook pick that allowed him room, and he took advantage of it.
Winslow, the pass to Nurkic. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
I'm so surprised in a game this close. I know it's easy to criticize, but the defense has to be better in the 4th.
Kick out to King. And there's the pass to Whiteside. And it's no good. 3rd time he's missed in 9 shot attempts. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Hammonds. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is. And he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Winslow's shot is off.
Went to the fadeaway. Didn't need to, though. Probably cost him some points.
He's covered by Whiteside. Melton passes to Hammonds. Out to the right wing. Now here is Holiday. And it's blocked by Whiteside.
Whiteside light off his feet. Plus, he can block your shot with either hand.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. Here's Melton. Unable to get that one. Good D by Wade.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
There's Winslow. No good. That would have tied it.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position. Does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
He's covered by Whiteside. And that one comes up a bit short.
And you see why his reputation is so strong defensively. He allows no separation.
And so many defenses are not designed to take away the mid-range jumper, but he's given nothing away.
Now here's Wade. Defense is right there. Fades away. And the shot is good. Wade's got the game tied up here for the Heat.
The mid-range jump shot has always been a staple of D. Wade's game.
Chicago calls timeout. So both teams making some changes here. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Jim Boylan was going over with his team. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
Durant against George. Puts it up from 15. Durant, that's good. Durant's got 14 points now in the second half.
He has won multiple NBA scoring titles. Durant was built to put up buckets.
Here's Nurkic. Puts the fadeaway right on the money. Nurkic has got 4 this quarter. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. The dish to Markkanen. Nurkic against Carter. Outside, Levine. Great D that time from Nurkic. The Heat have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Richardson, good.
Well, you see the excellent skill set, and this is when you want to make an impact.
You're totally right. Fourth quarter, tight game. This is when the true ballers step up.
Levine kicks to Markkanen. Outside, Levine. Just 4 to shoot. And the 3 off target.
He's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not to be.
Richardson, good.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Durant against George. Outside Durant, and the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. The run, and a little luck that time, but it drops. 6 points for Wendell Carter.
Defense just not strong enough to throw him off his shot there. Sometimes it takes a little more effort to defend him down low.
Richardson with it, now defended by Levine. Richardson kicks to Winslow, pass to Oladipo. For 3. That one is no good. He is 6 for 11 in the game. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Here's Durant. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
So difficult to defend Kevin Durant without fouling him. At his size, once he gets that ball above his shoulders, there's not much you can do.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
Kevin Durant as a rookie to Kevin Durant right now. The difference is he's comfortable being a vocal leader.
Durant hits them both. Heat have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. And some solid looks for them. Richardson kicks to Nurkic. Dishes it to Oladipo. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
It's really been a tale of 2 halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Good from Oladipo.
It's interesting. No free throw attempts for him in the first half. He's finally pushing the action and reaping the reward.
Dunn passes to Markkanen. He dishes it to Levine. Dunn kicks to Carter. Levine for 3. Rebound by the Heat.
Not in rhythm. He had the 2 triples in the first half. None so far in the second.
Richardson with it, guarded now by Durant. To the inside. George, no good.
How does he miss that layup? He's too good to be doing that.
Pass to Markkanen. That shot is off. And it's Miami the other way. Puts it up from 17. And there's Paul George on the assist by Richardson. Richardson's got 4 assists now tonight. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. Trying to find Durant. He's got it now. Count it. Good. Durant's got 18 points now here in the second half.
He has gotten into a terrific groove here, trying to wheel his team back into this.
And the Heat call time here.
Josh Richardson, a great story for the Miami Heat. A diamond in the rough, taken with the 40th pick in the 2015 draft. He's become a cornerstone.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jusuf Nurkic.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Oladipo finds George. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. George has got 5 points now this quarter. Smitty, with his impressive development, the Heat rewarded Richardson with a 4-year, $42 million contract in the summer of 2017.
A really good value for a full-time starter.
Yeah, great post position. That's going to be key here in crunch time.
No doubt. As close as this game is, I think it's going to come down to which team controls the paint down the stretch.
And George kicks to Oladipo. Clock at 6. Pass to Whiteside. Here's George. Nice D from Durant. Bulls trail by 5. Stolen by George. And here's the fast break. Oladipo leading the way. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Really smoking the Nets now after a difficult time shooting in the first half.
Good from Oladipo. And so here is Chicago. 8-point game. Here's Durant. Over George. That one off the back iron and out.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
Here's Oladipo. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Dunn attacking. And Whiteside sends it back. On the wing, George. Defended by Durant. Durant against George. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. Here's Oladipo. 1:57 left in the fourth quarter. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. A minute 50 left to play in the final quarter. Oladipo draws the double. Richardson gets a wide open look. No good on the 3. Bulls trail by 10. Durant with it. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Competing, battling inside. This is what coaches want to see marketing do more of.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
It's the first, and that brings them within single digits.
You know, he's exceptionally focused, well liked by his teammates. Marketing looks to be a centerpiece for the future.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. George against Durant. George looking around. And the pass to Oladipo. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Dunn. There's 1:17 left here in the fourth quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oladipo for 3. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for Chicago. To the paint. And Whiteside sends it back. Carter with the bucket. Now here's Oladipo. Seconds left in the game. George passes to Oladipo. Levine against Richardson. 6 to shoot. In the corner, it's Whiteside. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And the Heat lead by 8.
And we see it all the time, guys. You get the big lead, maybe check out mentally, but not tonight.
They have this game in hand, but they're still pouring it on.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're behind by 8. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Durant dishes to Dunn. Carter kicks to Markkanen. Good! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Not only can you count on Markkanen to give you points, he can do it when it matters most.
Shooting for Miami, Josh Richardson. 2 shots.
2.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. He's able to hit the second one, and that increases their lead to 6. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And I'm not sure the 2-point bucket does much here. I think they got to go for 3.
They need to work on getting a clean, quality look from the perimeter here. That should be their focus.
Durant kicks to Levine. 3-pointer, Markkanen. Yes! What a beautiful shot to pull him to within 3.
From distance, Markkanen with the picture-perfect mechanics and the height to almost always get a clean look.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
Well, this is how you close out. Beautiful job.
Dunn kicks to Markkanen. In the corner, it's Levine. From deep. Offline. And so it's Miami winning this one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Victor. You've been really playing well on offense of late. What's going right for you at that end of the floor?
Patience, man, experience, belief, faith, all the above, man. Just coming out here working on my game. I'm just going to continue to keep growing, continue to keep staying close to my teammates, continue to keep working hard, and continue to keep getting better.
That is a crowded locker room with all those things in there. Thanks, Victor. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long.